Bandits abduct 7, kill 1 in fresh Katsina community attack. Transporters lament low patronage as FCT residents resort to trekking. 3 more bodies recovered from Lagos boat incident. And on the foreign scene, death toll in Palestine rises to 42,000. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. Starting with security matters. Now, bandits in their large numbers riding on motorcycles carrying weapons attacked Diskuru, a remote community under Jirowa B ward of Dandume local government area of Katsina State, leaving 1 person dead. The deceased one, Suraja Lawal, who just returned from Saudi Arabia after spending about 3 years there, was shot dead for resisting to be kidnapped. The terrorists attacked Diskuru village around 12 midnight, kidnapped about 7 people and rustled unspecified number of animals in the process. According to eyewitnesses, the bandits spent hours in the remote community humiliating people, burgling grain stores and shops where they carted away food items and other valuables worth millions of naira. Police authorities in Katsina are yet to speak on the attack. The defense headquarters on Thursday challenged former militant leader Sari Dokubo to come to the battlefield and witness the capabilities of the military. Dokubo had on October 5th threatened to shoot down a military helicopter hovering around his residence, asserting that he could contain the Nigerian military. In response to Dokubo's claim that he could defeat the military, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, dared him to enter the battlefield and see whether he could indeed contend with the military. Buba further vowed that the ex-militant leader would be neutralized if he showed up on the battlefield, and he called upon the relevant security agencies to address the matter.
Comments by some individual that they can shoot down the helicopter of the military. I think that's laughable. In fact, I'm about to laugh about that. And I say that because, you know, we're in a democracy and we are a professional force. We cannot just based on somebody's comments begin to do certain things and then they will now accuse the military of being undemocratic. The military is not the only security agency, force, or department in the country. There are other security forces who have a role to play constitutionally when it comes to some of these issues. But I tell you that he doesn't have that capability. He's just blabbing. But I will allow the security forces that are responsible for handling such cases to take up the matter. Ours is come on the battlefield and we take you out. You should come on the battlefield and see whether we can react or not.
The Anambra Police Command has announced the rescue of journalists kidnapped in the state. In a statement by its spokesperson, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, on Thursday, the command reported that joint security forces successfully rescued 6 members of a media crew who were abducted while traveling from Lagos to Uyo along the Iseke-Olu Road in Ihiala. He also stated that operatives are ongoing for the possible rescue of a 7th crew member. Now, transporters in the Federal Capital Territory, the FCT, Abuja, on Wednesday lamented low patronage as residents resorted to trekking for long distance following increase in the transport fares due to the continuous hike in the premium motor spirits and economic hardship. Our reporter, who visited some public parks across the city center, including the popular Jabi Motor Park, Utako, and Area 1 Motor Park, observed low turnout of passengers. A motorist, John Ayuba, said government should be blamed for the woe in the country. According to him, a situation are getting worse day by day. Another motorist attributed the situation to increase in the pump price, which he said has resulted in slight adjustments in the transport fares. He called on the federal government and the NNPCL to come out with a workable solution to address the ugly development in the interest of the people. Now, rescuers from both the marine units of the Nigerian police force and locals have recovered 3 more bodies from the boat mishap that occurred on Monday night in the Imore waterside area of Lagos State. Reports said that 5 persons were declared missing, while 20 others rescued from the boat mishap, which occurred in Lagos on Monday evening. The incident occurred when 2 commercial boats collided at Imore Town, a riverine community in Amuwo, Odofin local government area of Lagos State. The police said about 11 injured persons who were rescued in the boat accident were rushed to the Nigerian Navy Reference Hospital, Navy Town, Ojo, for treatment. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin, who gave an update on the incident, said 3 more bodies were recovered on Wednesday by the rescued team led by the police. Nigerians are lamenting the burden of bank charges being placed on them by their financial institutions. According to Trust TV's reporter, Chamunda Beng, Nigerians are of the opinion that several of these charges are unnecessary. The report. All right, moving on from that, Zenith Bank branches nationwide has been filled to the brim with angry customers as they demanded their money, claiming that the bank has been experiencing issues for weeks. Recently, Zenith Bank has faced significant service disruptions, leading to widespread frustrations among its customers. Reports indicate that branches nationwide were filled with angry customers demanding access to their funds, as many were unable to perform transactions for over 48 hours due to a major upgrade, an IT upgrade that went awry. The disruption particularly affected customers trying to access their money for urgent needs such as medical bills. In response to the unrest, Zenith Bank has acknowledged the issues, apologizing for the inconvenience and assuring customers that services are now being restored. However, the situation has raised concerns about the bank's reliability, especially given the critical timing of salary payments coinciding with the outage.
Look at them. They refuse to let us enter. Yes, I will make the video. Yes, you locked us outside. Am I not your customer? Am I coming here to spend your money? You lock us outside, you lock people outside. But you people will come and beg us to open an account. I have to share account, I have to spend the whole on your stupid fucking network. Your useless network. You people are here. Your useless network. I will make the video. You lock us outside. You lock us outside. Am I coming here to spend your money? Am I coming here to spend your money? What kind of nonsense character is that? Look at them, look at them, look at them. Okay, let me make my video. Look at you people, look at you.
National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Kaduna Chapter, and other health workers in Kaduna State have embarked on an indefinite strike over non-implementation of their 30% balance of the 2009 Consolidated Health Salary Structures, CONHENS, for their workers in the state. Addressing newsmen in Kaduna, leaders of the association's Kaduna State Council says the Kaduna State health workers need motivation because they are the least paid in the country, but are also willing to return to work as soon as their demands are met. The report.
Public hospitals across Kaduna State have been paralyzed as a result of the indefinite strike embarked upon by the unions. According to them, they will not suspend the industrial action until their demands are met.
The demands cut across the balance of 30% CONHES of 2009. Then this issue of 2021 hazard allowance. Then we also have issues of some of our colleagues that were employed in April 2023 and we are not paid until February 2024. So they have 8 months arrears that has not been paid. And up to now, they have not been paid. Imagine somebody going to work for 8 months and that person is not paid. He is transporting himself, He rented a house, he's feeding himself and going to work, and nobody cares.
A balance of 30% has 2009. Then 2021, full implementation of 2021 hazard allowance. Also promotions which have been outstanding. You realize someone is due for promotion since 3 years back, and he will be due for another promotion, and still yet he has not collected the previous promotion. And when he gets the promotion, it says without arrears. He has worked for it.
We're asking for salary of 2009. So 2009, where some people are enjoying 2023, and they are already talking about 2024, and we are still talking about 2009. 2009 is not even 100%. You are asking for a balance of 30% of the 2009. That is what we're asking for, and I don't think we're asking for too much.
The strike left many patients at the public hospital stranded. Meanwhile, the situation compelled others to seek for medical care at the private hospital amidst economic hardship.
I had to go for a scan. Then I came back here, but there are no nurses. Then I went back home and I came back today, but yet there are no nurses.
I'm not happy, but I come here to do something. When I see the place is don't look, me I don't happy this year. It's true. So I don't know what happened for this hospital, but somebody they say now they go do strike. So I don't happy. I dey come from far place.
I brought my 2 daughters to the hospital, but we did not receive medical attention. We are appealing to the governor to come to our aid.
Effort by Trust TV reporter to speak to Kaduna State Ministry of Health was unsuccessful. Bella Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
Moving on to more stories. In a concerted effort to provide relief to victims of recent floods in Jigawa State, Governor Umar Namadi, along with top federal government officials, have distributed food palliatives to affected residents in Sule Tankarkar local government area. The initiative was part of a larger effort to support those hit hardest by the natural disaster. The report.
The relief package funded by the federal government included a 25 kg bag of rice, while the Jigawa state government supplemented the aid with 10 kg of millet, 10 kg of maize, a half carton of spaghetti, and 5,000 naira in cash. A total of 17,450 beneficiaries across the state received these supplies. Ibrahim Kabiru Masari reassured the victims of President Tinubu's continued support, underscoring the administration's commitment to addressing the needs of flood-affected communities and other vulnerable groups. Ministers Kayari and Bagudu in their remarks praised the resilience of Jigawa's citizens and their continued support for the APC-led government at both state and federal levels. They described the current economic challenges as temporary and necessary steps toward long-term national progress.
It is in the tone of this appreciation of the government and good people of Jigawa State that he directed us to appreciate you in all understanding, and at the same time present to you a total sum of 17,418 bags of rice to assist in cushioning the harsh affected of some of our economic policies.
Mr. President, who does not want any Nigerian citizen to go to bed hungry, and in his wisdom deemed it important to initiate this food intervention. We are all aware of the chronology of events which has plunged the entire globe into food insecurity in recent past, such as the aftermath of the COVID-19, the Russian-Ukraine war, climate change, and other localized factors which has distorted food prices globally, of which Nigeria is not an exception.
Mr. President swore since he was elected that he's going to be a president for all Nigerians. He knows no tribe, he knows no region. And as his Minister of Budget and Planning, I have the rare opportunity of seeing how resources are allocated in the country. Under his able leadership, I can testify that resources are equitably spread around the country in order to support all parts of Nigeria.
Governor Namadi expressed gratitude to President Tinubu for his proactive stance on economic and food security issues and reiterated his administration's commitment to improving the well-being of Jigawa residents, especially amid rising living costs.
Today's occasion is the commencement of distribution of yet another palliative support in form of food commodities to the most needy household and the other deserving vulnerable segment of population in Jigawa State from His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Specifically, it will involve the distribution of 25 kilograms of parboiled rice supplied by the federal government under the Presidential Food Assistance Program for vulnerable populations.
This distribution forms part of the broader Presidential Food Initiative, which aims to mitigate the impact of inflation and enhance the living conditions of Nigerians, particularly those in crisis-affected areas like Jigawa State.
Artisans in the construction industry and building material dealers who were or are feeling the heat of the current economic hardship are crying out, citing a severe lack of patronage due to the halt in most building projects. Trust TV's Abdulaziz Ibrahim, who visits markets and artisans hangout in Kano, reports.
As a thriving metropolis with constant urban development, Kano now faces a significant slowdown in construction projects. Artisans who depend on projects like these for their livelihood say they can no longer meet their financial obligations.
When things get worse, a call of wire, 50-something thousand, people cannot be able to afford to build. So I stay for good 1 month, 2 months, 3 months without doing a job.
As food now, 500 and we don't manage. Before now, how much of price now be 500, but now quarter now be 1,000 plus, and you must use 1 mudu for a house. How are you going to live?
It's not only artisans that are feeling the pinch. Sellers of building materials are also facing hard times. They share their plight.
I'm doing this business almost 20-something years now, but the problem that we are facing inside now is our goods is very cost. Since when our government, this new government enter, we are suffering because things are very cost. Things are very difficult. Even sometimes we will come from morning to night, we will not sell anything.
The situation, this price of dollar is affecting the goods, honestly, because at times you will sell some goods. When you go to buy, you have to add another money to buy, and it affects everything generally. If you go some building sites, many people have suspended their projects.
People are saying that it's dollar. I don't think it's just dollar, because dollar just multiplied by 2. But the way things are in the market, some went to 3 times, 4 times. That's how it is. That's how bad it is. So that is the reason why things are not, constructions are not going on the way it's supposed to be.
Even at the time where maybe the time where things they're cheap, you understand. But if somebody come, you tell them the price, they buy quick and go. But now everything costs. I don't know that this country don't tire everybody. You know, I don't know what to say. But the only thing I know, leave everything to God.
An economist speaks on the broader economic implications of this downturn in the construction industry.
Presently, we are witnessing closure, stoppage virtually in every part of our country. And the implication, number one, there is going to be high number of unemployment, because when you look at the building industry, it is a sector where huge sources of employment are created. And remember, when there is unemployment, the second is going to be poverty, and the poverty, unemployment is translating into the issue of insecurity, prevalence of insecurity in in a country.
As the economic situation worsens, the cries of these artisans grow louder. Without intervention or relief, many fear that the construction industry, which once provided steady income for millions, could face even greater collapse. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News.
On the international scene, the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza has said that the number of Palestinians killed since the beginning of the Gaza war over a year ago has risen to 42,010. The ministry said a further 97,720 Palestinians have been injured since October 7th of 2023. Their figures do not distinguish between civilians and fighters and cannot be independently verified, but international organizations such as the United Nations consider them to be largely credible. The recent advances in the north were reportedly primarily directed at the Shejaya district in Gaza City and the refugee settlements of Jabalia and Nuseirat. Palestinian rescue workers described the attacks as extremely intense, saying that in most cases they could not reach the injured due to the heavy fighting. Hospital doctors said that 9 members of one family were killed in a single Israeli airstrike on a residential building. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has confirmed that 2 people have been killed in northern Israel following a barrage of some 60 rockets fired from Lebanon. The Magen David Adom Rescue Service reported on X that in the town of Kiryat Shmona, a man and a woman were fatally injured by a rocket strike. In the port city of Haifa, shrapnel injured 5 people, with a 16-year-old suffering moderate injuries while the others sustained minor injuries. While the Israeli military did not specify the source of the rocket fire on Wednesday, the Iran-backed Hezbollah militia in Lebanon has been attacking Israel's northern border region with rockets, grenades, and drones since the start of the war in Gaza a year ago. The group claims its actions are in solidarity with Hamas in Gaza. The number of boats capsizing in the Democratic Republic of Congo is rising as more individuals opt for wooden vessels as compared to traveling by road. According to Emile Muhula, a hydrology and environment analyst, since the start of this year, approximately 1,000 individuals have died on Lake Kivu, and the government is not taking actions to tackle the ongoing crisis. In the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the DRC, nighttime traffic on Lake Kivu has been halted. The decision was made by the Minister of Transport, Jean-Pierre Bemba, to ensure that the maritime safety across the nation. On October 9th of 2024, passengers intending to travel from Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, to Bukavu, the capital of South Kivu province, were taken aback by this news at the Goma port, leading to some outrage. Boat owners are worried about potential financial losses due to this decision.
We have searched hard, but we haven't found anything yet. But we are still searching for news of our missing brothers. Even though we are still grieving because of this very lake after we've lost our brothers and sisters who drowned recently, I have to travel, and this is still the only way available to go to South Kivu to visit our brothers and sisters who are there. Since the beginning of this year, an estimated 1,000 people have died on Lake Kivu. And the government is not looking for solutions to the problem that is ravaging Lake Kivu. I would like the Congolese government to take precautions against such problems.
In sports, head coach Augustin Eguavoen has set as objective the maximum 6 points from this month's doubleheader between the Super Eagles and Libya's Mediterranean Knights in the team's Group D attrition as the race to next year's Africa Cup of Nations finals hots up. Nigeria hosts the first game at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Uyo, on Friday evening, with a return at the Martyr of Benina Stadium in Benina, 19 kilometers from Libya's second city, Benghazi, on Tuesday night. Now, leaders Nigeria have 4 points from their 2 matches so far, 1 point ahead of Benin Republic and 2 ahead of Rwanda. The Eagles will go to 10 points with a double win over Libya. Wins for Benin Republic in both matches will take them to 9 points, still short of Nigeria's probable tally of 10. Rafael Nadal has announced his retirement from tennis. The 38-year-old legend will make his final appearance for Spain at November's Davis Cup finals in Malaga. Rafael Nadal, the 22-time Grand Slam champions and one of the greatest players to have ever played the sport, announced that he will retire from professional tennis at the end of this season. Nadal will be ending a career in which he won 22 Grand Slam titles and Olympic singles gold. In a video message posted on social media on Thursday, the 38-year-old said that his last tournament will be the Davis Cup finals in November, where he will represent Spain. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.